Okay, we're going to be doing the flow chart this time. We finished up the problem statement, so now I just need to make every single one from the first constant all the way down to the last output a different symbol. You can see I've already started that because this thing's going to take forever, and I don't want to make this a 30-minute video, but by now you should know that I created this with an assignment because it has an equal sign, and I simply copied the left side, Control C, and then came back and pasted it here, Control V, and I did that for each of those rates. When I did the input, so you can see that the first input is square feet. I added an input symbol, and again, make sure that you click on the more, because we have to have two parts to it. One is I copied the square feet and pasted it into here, and then I created a question that I was going to ask down here. Same for Pine. You can see that we had a yes and no question. And again, it starts with a quote, ends with a quote, even though we have a question mark and then yes or no. No other quotes in there, just a start one and an end one. So we can ask that question. And I did that for each one. Then down here we had an assignments, and those were easy. I just simply copied and pasted. Now I haven't done the decision yet. That's what I wanted to actually walk through. But this is all the math. And then I also did the output for you. And again, we need a label with it in quotes. Then we need a join symbol. And then we need a place in memory. So I created each one of those. And actually I could run this, see if it works, make sure I have no problems. So if I do 100 square feet and then yes, remember when we were putting this in, we have to put quotes, YES, and then quotes, YES, whoops, and then square feet's 100, and then the rate for choice. So we can't only get anything else, but I didn't get any red boxes. So I know that at least I have made no errors up to this point. So once we start doing calculations, which is right after input, so right here we have to make these decisions. So let's go ahead and put those in. I'm going to put an if condition in. Again, I'm going to copy the two things I want to compare. Control C, Control V. I do not put the if in there because that would be if. The diamond means if. Just two things and how I want to compare them. And then if it's true, I'm going to have an assignment, and that's going to be this right here. So it's going to be the wood rate, Control C. That is going to be on the left, Control V, and then pine rate is going to be on the right, Control C, Control V. The other side is going to be similar, so I'm simply going to copy that and paste it onto this side. And then this is going to be the redwood rate, so I'm going to copy redwood rate, Control C, Control V, and now I have my two different sides. Then we have a second decision and about the installation. So again, I'm going to do a second. And then I'm in here, the two things I want to compare, and that is local equals yes, Control C, Control V. Like I said, you could have put installation type equals local. That's another way of doing it. Both are just fine. I like to make it as simple as I can for my user, and it's easy for them to type in yes or no. So as long as I tailor it that way. Okay, then we have install rate, Control C, Control V. And then we're going to use the local rate, Control C, Control V. Okay, the other side of this is similar, so I'm going to go copy and paste. And then all I got to do is change the local rate to the not local rate, Control C. Okay, and Control V. All right, so there's our decisions. Now we can go ahead and start testing this to see if it actually is true. So I'm going to go back to the problem because one of the things we had to do was create some practice data. So if I put in 100 yes, yes, it should come out with this. If I put in 100 no, no, then it should come out with that. There's actually 4 different outputs, things that we could test on this. And you should test it 4 times, but I only put 2 tests in there to make your life a little bit easier. All right, so let's do this first one first. It's 100 square feet. This answer is yes. This answer is yes. Whoops. And you can see it's 100 feet. So then we have $5, so that matches. Next should be 20, that matches. 25, that matches. And $2,500 for the deck. Perfect. All right, so that works. And now we're going to go ahead and test it a second time. So I'm going to move this over so we can see it better. And then I'll run it one more time. Again, pressing the run button. 100 square feet. Uh-oh, this is no. And no. Actually, could put a capital no, because if it's not yes, all lowercase, it's automatically no. All right, we have 100 square feet. We have $10, that matches. 25, that matches. 35, that matches. And 3,500. Notice that we're not doing 2 decimal places, and we don't worry about that in the flow chart. We'll fix that in our code, but here we just want to make sure that the numbers come out right. The only reason why I put the extra $sign in the output is that when I go to code it, I'm going to copy this and paste it in, and that's going to make my life easier. But you don't want to use 2 fixed here, because actually this flow charting software is based on the Visual Basic programming language, and it doesn't use the 2 fixed function. So don't put 2 fixed in here. You're going to break your code, and it's not necessary. We're going to put that in our code when it comes. All right, so that's our flow chart. We need to go ahead and save it. So I'm going to do View, Create Flowchart Meta File. So, whoops, whoop. Dadgummit. Okay, this PC. I went a little far on that one. There we go. Okay, and we have our student folder 114. In there is assignments, and this is for assignment 3. And in there we have lessons. We already have the dog walking one. So again, all I'm going to type in here is deck problem, whatever. Doesn't matter what you call it. And again, I can either put .emf here or not. If I leave it blank, it's going to automatically put the EMF on the back of this. And that's fine. The same thing with our notepad file. I haven't saved that one yet. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the save button. Again, since last time I used Notepad++, we did the dog walking again. So this time it's going to be the deck problem. And again, on this one, I have to do .txt or it's not going to save correctly. So you want to make sure you put .txt at the end and then save it. All right, now we're ready to go on to our code, and that will be our next video.